financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by THAV GROSS. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. It's New Year's time. Let's make 2026 a great year. Happy New Year, Brian.
Happy New Year, Ken. Can you believe how fast this year went by?
It's amazing. Every year goes faster. Happy New Year, Pat.
Hi, how are you?
Happy New Year, Jeff.
Happy New Year.
Okay, so we always kind of do the same kind of thing on our New Year's show. I always say, let's start with resolutions.
Here's the resolution, because it started from the last show. Everybody that comes in that done all of our estate planning over all the years, what happened? They just got 1 year older, which means they're 1 year closer to a nursing home. You got to look at those documents. That's the resolution, to look at those documents to see if they fit what may be happening in the future. So if you go and you have a toolbox and you're walking out to the garage and you don't have the right screwdriver, you're walking back into the house to get a new one. Those revocable trusts avoid probate. They do not protect the money from the nursing home. You need the what kind?
An irrevocable trust.
And how many years do you need it before you go in the nursing
Five.
home? 5.
So let me just see if I got this straight. We're coming up to 2026. It's a new year. This is the season.
And he's
to be
talking
jolly.
about dying.
And you're saying, let's, as our first resolution, let's think about all the estate plans we've done. All of our clients that we know are 1 year closer to dying.
Including us.
God, are you Mr. Joy?
I kind
gotta
of
plan
was
on
hoping for something a little bit more
Your
upstream, like,
promise.
I want us to be a better country. I want us to come together.
What's the chances of that happening?
Well,
There's a greater chance of actually having everybody come in to do an irrevocable
Well, the
trust.
point is this. This is what the reality is. You can't rely on the government to take care of you. You got to take care of yourself. That's
amen
by
to that.
looking at the stuff that you have.
Okay, so let's look at credit card debt. Should we have a resolution for people for credit card debt?
Yeah, I think everybody should go spend as much as they want on their credit cards, burn them out, because you're eventually coming to see me anyway, so go ahead, fun.
And then die.
Oh, and then die. Then you don't have to pay the bill. That's a good one.
What should the long-term resolution be?
The
as to
long-term
credit card
resolution
debt?
matches right up with one thing that we constantly harp on. And as we're going into the
Buy
new
a
year,
Starbucks
we need
coffee machine.
No, the 3-point retirement plan.
Which is?
Own your own home free and clear. Have some money in the bank. And have no debt.
Which I actually been telling my clients. I use that in all of my financial planning. I use it.
I firmly, obviously
Preach.
believe in it,
So-
and it works.
Truly, you have to start with the basics. What type of debt do you have? So, long-term debt is credit cards. Long-term debt is
we kind of
a
stay on
house. Short-term
resolutions?
debt
Yeah,
is
let's do the
credit cards.
resolution.
Okay, so let's stay on credit cards for a second.
I resolve to help everybody get rid of their credit
all right,
card
so
debt.
Is there any room for anyone else to say anything?
No,
or just
not a bit.
So we'll move on to the next subject. We're done with credit card.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing on credit card debt.
Go for it.
The resolution, as I see it, is not so much about the debt. It's a concept that you should have a resolution that you are not going to pay interest.
Right.
It's having a credit card is fine. If you pay it off every month and you get points and they're giving you money for using the credit card, that's a wonderful thing. But you have to get there to make it happen.
You know, my wife does that.
I haven't paid a penny in interest on a credit
My
card
wife
in 10 years. You probably never have.
She looks at everything. So that credit card she uses, it itemizes travel, entertainment, household expense. She uses a credit card
For
that
budgeting?
has all the columns, so she knows at the end of the
What
year
we're
how much
spending
is
on.
she spend. Yeah, that's a great way to do it.
But I
Pay
tell you
off the
I
something.
debt.
pay everything with a credit card now. I didn't used to. I used to always like to pay cash because I worried about having a credit card because I was paying interest. But once I got to debt free, everything goes on the credit card. So I instantly know when I get the credit card bill, if it's high, I go through what my average spend is in a month. And if it's high, I say, okay, why did it go up? And then I say, okay, well, I went on a vacation. So hotel bill. So I add up to see what brought me above my average. And if it's low, I'm saying, how did it go down? I spent less money on food.
So wait.
But I get the points for my grandchildren's presents.
But you're right. What your wife does is good.
It's budgeting.
What you do is better. So your wife is looking at it and saying, this is what we spend. If you have to have a core budget and say, this is what I can spend, and if I went over, why, and how do I adjust to bring it back down to what I
Don't
can
tell her that
spend?
because she can spend a lot.
Not when you're
ability.
Well, it goes,
No, I
it goes
get
into
that.
a factor.
I'm talking about living within a budget.
It's not can.
What
it's
I'm
should.
doing-
a lot over for Thanksgiving.
I'm doing it on
Yeah.
a two-tier analysis because right now I'm working, so I have income and Social Security coming in, and it's really a pretty easy time relative to I don't have to worry about what I'm spending that much. But I'm always saying if I stop working,
Yeah.
how much am I still spending, and can I make that spend clearly within
You know what
the
I tell
budget
my
that I'll have on
clients
retirement?
when they're getting to that point? Says, you got 6 months. Why don't you practice right now as if you're not working?
Yes,
Practice
that's a good
within
thing.
your Social
I tell people
Security.
that all the time. You have to. Here's what you need to do. If you want to do this, so what I need you to do is try to put $3,000 a month away for the next 3-4 months, and let's see if you can do it
Yeah.
based on the budget that I've set forth for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
If they achieve it, then we can
We know we
accomplish
can
a
do it,
goal.
yeah.
It's a good idea because there's a zillion articles out there always saying that people retire thinking that they're going to have X amount of money and that is the amount of money they need, and they're way underestimating, which is a big problem because once you're retired, what do you then do? Have to go get a part-time
go
job or
back.
something.
Can't go back.
So I want to talk about other resolutions though.
Should we do
So
it after the
the
break?
break, we'll do that.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
So we only have one last question for you. If your son passes away before you, do you want his share to go to his kids or your new daughter-in-law?
Talk about inheritance.
Yeah, sweetie, and I'm gonna spend it all on you.
The kids.
You've worked hard your whole life to create a lasting legacy for your heirs. Let Samasco Law help you make the right decisions to protect the ones you love. Samasco Law, protecting what means most, because that's what we do.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, Dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
All right, we're back.
So here's a question, because I'm kind of right behind you. When are you actually thinking about retiring? How are you going to transition out? Because you have the ability to still work.
I think about retiring every day.
Right around 4 o'clock when he's really aggravated.
No, it's
the
9
time
in
that
the
I
morning.
think about retiring the most is when Brian buzzes me on the phone, and the second time I think about it the most is when Jeff buzzes me on the phone. I say, why do I have to have this conversation if I retire? But really, I think it's kidding aside, it's a very difficult
It
decision
is
to
a
make.
tough one. Especially as we have hundreds of clients that are.
I
we need
think
to take
about
care
it
of.
from the standpoint of saying I could retire. I think I'm financially where I want to be and do it, but I sit there saying I'm going to be bored.
See, that's the thing.
Monday through Wednesday, in the winter.
Yeah.
There's no golf on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do.
Having to
I
work.
could take cooking classes and art
Having
classes.
to work is.
Oh, I want to see you in a cooking class.
I would take a cooking class.
I don't think,
It's
just for the
clothing.
record,
He'd
I
learn how
think
to
the
make burritos.
instructions are still in the oven that
No.
he bought that's in his
Here-
kitchen,
No,
okay?
he'd learn
Let
how to
me
make
tell you.
I don't
burritos,
like to use
Brian.
the oven, but I barbecue.
Having to work is completely different than wanting to work.
Yes.
And if you have all your
Changes to
ducks
that.
in a row and you want to work and it's part of your life and it keeps you vibrant, it keeps you in the game, fantastic. If you have to work, that's where you got big problems.
I think that's a big point, and that I think when I reached the point in my mind that said I don't have to work and I'm working because I want to work is the first time that I ever really felt that I've enjoyed working.
Yes, that's it.
It gets rid of that chasing the
Lucky
money
you got the two
to
guys
cover
that
the
can
overhead.
take over for you too. You can transition to the next generation.
And then just
You're-
get it, and then just have them send me money every month like an annuity.
Good
Yeah.
luck with that. Let me know how that works
Let
out.
me explain it to you this way. I feel more secure that my Social Security is going to come on the third Wednesday of the month than I do. And a lot of people say, "How do you
Wait.
feel secure about your
No.
Social Security?"
You have to be secure that Social Security will be coming. They're not going to.
I'm secure on that.
So many people
I'm
are
not
working.
worried
I'm
about
taking
that.
my Social Security now because I don't know if it'll be there.
Yeah,
it will
you know, if
always
you're
be
35, it may be dramatically different form of Social Security when you get to be 68 or 70 and you can draw. But if you're your guy's age, late 50s,
Yeah, unfortunately.
okay, or you're my age, you know, like my
Late
wife.
40s.
Late 80s. Late 80s.
My
not
wife
late
kept
50s.
saying to me, "How do you know we're going to get our Social Security this month?" Because she's watching the news.
Have you
And I keep
collected?
saying to her,
Have you started collecting?
"Yeah, I started collecting." at
How old
70.
are you now? Can I ask you how old you are?
58.
58. See, he's got dementia, all right?
I know,
So
it's
he-
crazy.
I actually
Hey,
filed.
of the three
I
of us,
followed-
he's got better hair.
I filed.
He really does.
I followed the Pat Simasco advice.
Thank you.
I deferred and did not start
Good
collecting
for
until
you.
70,
Good for
and I've been collecting now for a year.
Golly. When did you
Did it-
switch to this office doing the show versus the radio? When did you stop doing the radio show? How many years ago? COVID? It was. I wonder how long I've been
before
working
COVID.
with you.
Long before COVID.
Long
it was pretty
before
close.
COVID. No,
No,
long,
it was
long before COVID.
it was
15. So it's been
15
10
you've
years.
been
there. I met you 12
We
years
started
ago.
the radio show in 2008.
I mean, we were doing the radio show and the TV show for many
Right.
years, and then we just
Yeah.
slipped
I
and went
just
to the
had-
TV
no,
show.
'Cause
It's funny, I just had a
doing radio
conversation-
show with you, and I was here in 15 and 16. That's when I.
No,
joined you
we
guys.
actually did the radio show up till probably 20.
I can figure it out because when I
COVID.
stopped the
Yeah.
radio shows, when I went back to golfing. So it was about 3 years before
The
COVID.
point was how
maybe 2 years
fast
before
things
COVID.
go.
It
It's
goes
like
real-
2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
we
older
were
you
at
get-
does feel like
radio
it's 2
The
weeks
show.
ago.
older you get, the faster it goes. I was actually having a conversation with my wife just the other day saying, there's a part of me that would like to go back to doing the radio show, because the radio show, we were able to cover the news the day before
And keep
on
it
the
up,
show.
yeah.
And, so you could really have
Which gets
greater
back
current
to the
events.
first show
So,
of the year,
next-
how fast everything
Next
went.
resolution, maximizing contributions to 401ks and IRAs. This is for the young people, or for everybody. But young people are so quick to unilaterally pick an amount that they're contributing. Either they're just matching to their, at a minimum you have to match to your employer so you get the benefit of that match. That's the absolute sure thing. But if you can increase that amount and approach the maximum amount you're allowed to contribute, and you start doing that in your 30s or your early 40s, you don't have to worry about the
Yeah.
3-point retirement plan.
Yeah.
You're going to have multi-million dollars in your 401k at retirement.
Every raise you get, don't take it. Put it into the 401k.
Or take half of it and put it into the 401k.
I'm going to give you the most controversial thing that's in my office every day. Maximize the distribution from your 401k after you retire. Don't take the minimum. Look at how much you can take out to be at the lowest tax bracket or the best tax bracket, because probably most people think taxes are going up in the future. Look at doing the Roth conversions and stuff like that. It's
So,
a
but that's a
big
balancing
deal.
act. If you're still, if you're
After
still
you're
working,
Eh,
still
what did
wor-
I, see,
yeah.
you don't listen. You don't listen. What did I say?
After you're done.
After you quit working and before you start collecting Social Security,
Maybe- I
those
think-
couple years is a perfect
There's
opportunity.
another resolution that you just picked on.
Don't
called-
let Brian talk.
No. That would be rude. Suggest to all of us that we should be better listeners.
Yeah.
But there's strategy though,
Including
regardless.
Brian
Yes.
specifically.
He's waiting for the new year.
There's strategy though when you're drawing money out of your retirement accounts. Give you the example that I used with my father. When my father retired and he still had, he was still traveling and he had a house and all this other stuff, his expenses were really high, so he was drawing more money out. Now that he's 85 years old, his expenses have actually dramatically dropped.
Right.
And he has room to draw money out of his IRA now
And he's
and
at the
stay
lower
in the
tax
lowest
bracket.
tax bracket.
Which is exactly what
It's
you're
not the lowest bracket. If he's at a 12% bracket and you're at a 24% bracket, you want to
Take
hit
advantage
that
of the
as much
12.
as you can.
saying. Let's take a break. We'll come back and
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call THAV GROSS.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call THAV GROSS today, 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
THAV GROSS specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
time for announcements. I want to announce we've opened, THAV GROSS has opened a new office downriver in the Horizon building on Eureka Road. So now we're in Flint, downriver, and also our home office in Bingham Farms. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. You can do it by Zoom conference, in the office, any way that works best for you. Just call 888-235-HELP or go to the website, thavgross.com, to sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat or Kelsey, disability issues with Jeff Kirshner. Again, sign up at lawandreality.com or thavgross.com or just call 888-235-HELP. Also, if you go to the website, you'll see there's free reports. Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself. Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian Small. How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure. Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan. And The Retiree's Guide to Social Security by Pat Simasko. I want to thank our sponsors, THAV GROSS, Simasko Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're THAV GROSS. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
So we only have one last question for you. If your son passes away before you, do you want his share to go to his kids or your new daughter-in-law?
Talk about inheritance.
Yeah, sweetie, and I'm going to spend it all on you.
The kids.
You've worked hard your whole life to create a lasting legacy for your heirs. Let Simasko Law help you make the right decisions to protect the ones you love. Simasko Law, protecting what means most, because that's what we do.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call THAV GROSS.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call THAV GROSS. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
All right, so it's New Year's. We all need to do resolutions. There were a lot more I wanted to talk about. But before we do that, I always like to do a little bit of remembering those that we lost this year. And, you know, some big names. Big names to me, anyway. Robert Redford, Diane Keaton, Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman, that is the saddest story how he died.
Oh, yeah.
He marries a young lady, and then she dies first, and he's got dementia so bad he literally starves to death in the house.
Yeah, that was sick.
So,
That was
but the point, she never got his stuff because she never survived him.
Yeah.
And he didn't
But
he had actually, I believe, written his children
What were
out
your
of his
favorite
will.
movies
So where his
from Gene
estate's
Hackman?
going is unknown.
Gene,
Gene Hackman, I see him all the time because my wife and I watch The Firm over and
Superman!
over again.
Firm.
Yeah,
The Firm was one of them. Superman.
He had some great spy movies, too.
There was one with
over years.
he was a rich guy that I can't remember.
He's also in one of those submarine movies.
I thought he was just a great actor.
Yeah.
All right.
He was one of my favorites.
That's
Robert
our-
Redford, too. Diane Ladd, Ozzy Osbourne. June Lockhart. You guys remember Lassie?
Lost in Space.
What about
Not
Lassie?
so much.
Yes.
Lassie,
Any of it?
Reruns of Lassie, but Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Reruns of that.
Ronnie Anderson.
Of course.
Yep.
WKRP.
Every-
How about Jay North? Did you guys watch Dennis the Menace?
No.
But you knew who he was.
Oh,
no.
yeah. Dennis the Menace?
Dennis the
Dennis
Menace?
the Menace?
Nope. Sorry.
Dennis the Menace
The movie
was
or
like
the
same
cartoon?
era as Leave
Right.
It to Beaver.
Okay.
And the shows were great. He was a little kid that he was always getting... he
That's
was-
I know who
Oh.
Dennis the Menace is.
Val Kilmer.
You know who Val
Yeah.
Kilmer is?
He was big in the
Top Gun.
Top Gun movies.
He got in the
How about
last one, too.
Dr. Kildare.
Actually,
Richard
I do
Chamberlain.
know who Richard Chamberlain is. But not because of Dr. Kildare.
Hot Lips
He
Houlihan.
wasn't a lawyer or a doctor. He just
Loretta
played one on
Swit from
TV.
MASH.
Yep.
Ruth Buzzy. Rowan and Martin's Laughing. Did you guys watch
All right, here's the
Yeah?
question.
Yes, I've seen reruns of Laura.
Here's the question. Who's the hottest? Loretta, Lonnie, or June? There's the right
You
answer.
gotta pick it. You gotta pick
can
a
only-
time
Oh,
frame.
Loretta.
Loretta?
Yeah.
Loretta?
I thought so.
Lonnie.
You think so?
Oh, my God.
I mean, well, then you like large. Dick Cheney, James Lovell, the astronaut,
Astronaut.
David Gergen. He was one of my favorite political commentators. I just would listen to him. Such credibility. Some sports people: Dave Parker, George Foreman, some Detroiters, Ted Lindsay.
Don't be passing over Pope Francis.
Pope Francis, you're right. Alex Del Vecchio, Chet Lemon.
Yep.
This is a typo. It's Roberta Flack.
right.
Sly Stallone, Brian Wilson, the Beach Boys. You guys remember the Beach Boys?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Garth
You know,
Hudson. How about the band? You remember the band?
Sure.
My uncle in California represented the Beach Boys. He was an entertainment lawyer. When I was a little kid, they used to have these black satin and yellow inside satin Beach Boys jackets, and he got me one.
Oh
with
my
name
God,
embroidered on
that's
it.
Cool.
awesome.
It was very cool.
Important things.
It was like this big, because I was like tiny.
Cleo Lane, Lou Christie. You know who Lou Christie
Have
was?
no idea who Lou Christie
There
is.
was a song. This was at the time when the Beatles were hot, and you'd have the list from Keener. Do you remember Keener 13? The radio. That was the radio station in Detroit. They'd put out a top 20 or top 40 list. There was a song, "Lightning is Striking Again and Again." That was Lou Christie. Giorgio Armani, Bob Uecker.
Euchre.
Euchre.
Bob Euchre.
How about Joseph Lombach? Do you ever read any of his books?
Yes.
A lot of police now. He also did a lot of shows. Remember Boris Spassky and the Bobby Fischer fights?
Yep. Chess. Big
So
deal.
I mean, as I compiled the list, and you go to one list, and then I go, how about a Michigan list, and you get different lists, and there's also people that I don't include that I never heard of or just too remote, but it says something to you about your age. Yeah, I mean, people in their how many people in their 30s are going to know the people on this list?
Wait. So one of my
The list gets longer as we get older.
one of my questions for young people is name the Beatles, and you would think that they would be able to do it, and they can't.
They don't know who the Beatles are.
That's
but they
mine.
Yeah, they have no idea the names.
I've been
of the
thinking
Beatles.
about that, and all those people that are just
not even their first names.
No,
Right.
forever.
and it's John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Just in case anybody wants
What
to know.
legacy do you want to leave after you pass away? Us here in this room, our legacy, we tried so hard to help people our whole life, and we want to make sure that we pass it on to the next generation, and we want to have that.
You know, I kind of think about it like I like the older movies. I like the movies from the 80s and the 90s. I like the older music. I don't.
The 80s were like yesterday, and he's like calling them older movies.
Well, they are.
That's 40.
They're 45
50
years
years
old.
I
ago.
understand, but it still
Like,
feels like it was
young
yesterday.
kids.
I watched movies like The Firm.
I just
Remember
had my 40th class reunion. I get it.
know.
Remember the Titans, Rudy. More recent movie, the Kurt Warner movie, American Underdog.
Yep.
You guys? Oh, it's a great movie. You know, true story.
You know, it's a different phenomenon that as we get older that I'm experiencing is that 40 years ago, I remember like yesterday. Yesterday, I feel like it was a month ago.
Yeah, right. Yesterday, I feel like it was 40 years ago.
There's a theory about that.
Yeah.
That's
Called
just-
dementia.
is when you're 10 years old, your whole life perspective is 10. When you're 50, you've got 50 years to
Right.
evaluate things. That's a wrap. I guess have a happy, healthy New Year and a great 2026. Thanks for
Cheers.
watching. We'll be here
Till
next
next
week.
year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.